interesting theory. Trick the system being me, into thinking I'm live, thus activating the pre-stream cough. Interesting idea. And it worked. Ahem. Hello, Stinky Duck, man. I don't recognize who that is. He hasn't been in the last 12 streams. Arg, hello, what's up? March 13th, 1:22 p.m. Gatewaterland. Again, it's weird they made a hotel based on... Well, sorry, a theme park based on a hotel. It doesn't seem that, like, lucrative or popular. I can see in the fountain they've got the hotel there, but, like, the rest of it I'm pretty sure they just made up. In conjunction with the police. Oh, I can knock out 2 achievements here, actually, I think. That's great. Chased out like a pair of peasants. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Kay? There's something even thieves should never steal. Virginity. I agree, Kay. Weird direction to take, but I do have to agree with you. You really shouldn't steal anything, however, albeit, what shouldn't a thief steal? A life. Well, right ballpark. It's too heavy of a burden on your soul to get away with, ever. That's something we can agree on. Well said, Kay. That's called murder. Well, it could be manslaughter. Nathan, you never know. No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never truly be hidden. That's wrong, actually. Plenty of murders get hidden. Not that I would know. But, like, pretty sure you can hide a murder pretty easily. In Ace Attorney world, not in the real world. So, in-game. Quick in-game to cover my ass. I intend to prove that by my own hands. Been a while since Ace Attorney. Hello. Yes, it has been, Jeppo, because I took a big old vacation. By big old vacation, I mean 2 days off to, well, 3, I guess, to go to see my family for American Independence Day. Cruelly ironic, given that, you know, certain things that happened on this particular one would suggest we've regressed, actually, but, you know, who's to say? When I apprehend the murderer myself. All right, and I'm gonna work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go. Wario game was a one-pump chump. Oh, yeah, it was over in, like, 2 hours. Spider-Man should be fun. It's been praised high heaven online. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do prefer the sort of wackier indie games, but a part of me is looking forward to Insomniac's Spider-Man, because it is supposed to be very good, and I've never played it before. With the exception... Sorry, I've never played it before, no exception. It's supposed to be very good with the exception of the forced stealth bits. From what I understand, those are less than great. But if I go in expecting, like, them to not be great, maybe... they'll be alright. Like, maybe I'll tolerate it. Starting second playthrough of Majima Pirate. That game was a real one and done for me. Like, it was cool, but I feel no... It's not even in, like, my top 5, probably not even top 8 Yakuzas. I have the list of my Yakuzas somewhere, but... Majima Pirate is just fine. I still never said she could be my assistant. I'm just going to drop this issue. I'm not going to pay her, though. There's a Final Fantasy IX run for Games Done Quick on Sunday, but will they become the Jump Rope King in that run? The first thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, the stadium. Hoey, sir. This is supposed to be hush-hush, but I found a witness at the stadium. Hate forced optional stealth bits in games, so it's not really... It's not really optional if it's forced. I get that's probably why you put optional in quotes, but... Like, forced stealth is the name of it. What's the plot for this case? You're never gonna believe it. Someone was murdered, and we have to figure out who did it. Although, for once, we're not being framed, and neither is Gumshoe, so that's nice. Castle Crashers DLC finally got a release date? Okay, but are they gonna update the 360 version of the game? They gotta respect the OGs, am I right? For once, we're not true. Probably not. Ah, trash then, don't buy it. Never. What a shock. Diablo 3. I mean, iconic game. I'm not gonna play it on stream. Maybe I would. Probably want to do like Diablo 2 first, though, or something. A witness? You! What did we tell you about leaving your signpost? Oh, these guys. The jig is up. Mr. Edgeworth, remember I'm always rooting for you, so go get him, sir. I hate that Badger. Those detectives sure look like they're enjoying themselves. It's not all fun and games, Kay. Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet this witness. I'd rather stay here. There's 2 achievements to get on this screen. Okay, never mind. The Pink Badger Mobile, I assume is what that is called. I thought there was a witness here. Yeah, I don't see anyone. Mr. Edgeworth. This is 5 cases correct. We're in the middle of case 3. Oh, hey, it's Emma. I remember you. Oh, what did I do for your voice? Ahem. Thought we were done with the Badger? No. This is a whole theme park dedicated to the Badger. What do you mean? I don't know if the Badger shows up in any games after this one. Like, I don't think it... Did she get taller? Well, it's been a few years. But yes, I believe she is taller. Last time we saw her, we were prosecuting her sister. Ahem.
Long time no see.
You are Miss Emma Sky, correct? This girl is the younger sister of my former superior, Lana Sky. Ha, her name backwards is Anal. 2 years ago, we stood in the same court, together as witness and prosecutor. Oh yeah, no, I understand what you mean, Ark. And I agree, crafting shoehorned into a game is awful. I hate crafting. So sick of it. Guys, don't worry, we've added crafting. Now you can find flowers and make things. Could you maybe have, I don't know, done anything else? Another side mission, perhaps? Maybe had me find ammo or something to fill my guns and shoot things in an exciting... Nope, twigs and flowers. Got it. Thanks, Red Dead. Ace Attorney Best Girl debate? I mean, it's Maya. It's not a debate. I thought she'd gone to Europe to study forensics. You really like Athena? Well, someone has to. Athena's fine, that's mean, but like, come on, Maya. She's been there since... Trucy's really the only competition. That's just because Phoenix adopted her.
I can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Of course I do. How have you been? You look to be in good spirits. Are you still studying abroad? Not even gonna make the obvious joke.
You bet. You bet. More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes scientifically. I've been studying non-stop every day and become a top-notch forensic scientist. But it's spring break now, so I thought I'd come back for a bit.
And you came here to Gatewater Land? Oh, you sad child, you. I see. How old is she? How much can I get away with bullying her? She's not in the case file yet. Okay. She's probably in the case file now. God damn it. Yep, there she is. 18. Yes, I can bully for free. And no one can stop me. Maya has her own cell. It's true. It has a Steel Samurai theme on it. Where are you going, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, there's 2 achievements back on the old screen, so... Fine. Witnesses in this stadium, but where? I wonder if it could possibly be this woman that we've met before. I almost didn't recognize you. You've really grown in these past few years. And crafting yourself by himself when the shoehorned in a game but otherwise had nothing to do with it could be a pain in the ass. Well, I mean, crafting is very rarely shoehorned into a game that has nothing to do with it. It's just every game, a lot of the AAA games these days, decide a good thing to add to their game to add content and time is just the ability to pick shit up off the ground and then turn it into other shit when it just doesn't need it. You could just... The Last of Us is a perfect example. There is no reason to give me just, like, scrap metal and gunpowder. Just give me bullets, alright? But you can make a smoke bomb. Just give me a smoke bomb. Okay, bullets are the most you just give me the thing. I don't want this crafting bullshit. Just give me the thing. Counterintuitively, or counter that argument, the stealth in Last of Us is great and works very well, actually.
Please don't tease me, Mr. Edgeworth. I know I still have a long way to go. But I'm going to be a super forensic scientist someday. You'll see.
You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances?
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Sky. Nice to meet you.
Best AA girl? Maya. Like, what? Maya.
I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you?
Wow, that's a great treat. My name's Kay Faraday, and I'm trained to be an unstoppable great thief.
A great thief?
Don't think too hard on it, Emma. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have much to catch up on.
You bet we do.
How you doing, Emma? Yeah, Minecrafting, gathering those materials to craft can be annoying. Well, yes, but that's... If they just give you the shit to craft, then it's pointless. It's the sending you out into the world. Go get your sticks and your rocks and your types of plants to make poison. And it's like, shut up. I don't care. You need leather scraps to make medkits and Molotovs and... No, just give me the fucking medkits and Molotovs, please. I beg you. Not everything needs a fucking crafting system. Emma has the Hobo Phoenix Wright badge on her. Oh, does she? She does, too. The, oh! face. No one clipped that. So why are you here, Emma? Apollo Justice reference? This game came out before Apollo Justice.
Well, I just happened to decide to come back home for spring break. And then I heard you'd come back too, so I raced on over here. I really wanted to welcome you back at the airport, but I just missed you.
And how exactly... First of all, why did you want to welcome back the man who prosecuted your sister? Like, okay, we found out the truth, but I still sent the woman to jail. Moreover, why exactly did you... How exactly did you know I was here? Foreshadowing? I'm not sure it's foreshadowing. It's just a button. They're not the foreshadow. It's not like that button's important. That's a Nintendo DS. Fuck off. That's a Nintendo... She's using a Nintendo DS. It even... What do you mean? That's just a Nintendo DS.
For the power of science, naturally. Never underestimate what science can do for you.
Just wanted to greet him. He... Oh. Well then, yes.
I use this to track footprints and follow them straight to you.
I'm sorry. You what? We got... What?
This set is the greatest. It's so wonderfully scientific.
Yo, bitch, I have a phone. Like, just call me. What?
Spray a chemical on the ground, then when you shine the special light on it, zing! Footprints light up like electrified noble gas in a glass tube.
I like the reflection in her glasses.
It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking.
Forensic science has never seemed more ominous to me than at this very moment. Is that DS Lite? DSi or DS Lite? Well, there's no camera, so it's not a DSi. And honestly, it is pink, so it's probably a DS Lite. Because that's what was in, right? The pink DSi. Also, it's much more angular. The normal DS was rounded. This is more rectangle shaped. Certain types of crimes she did, this is her punishable by death in the game world. They are ARG. They've mentioned capital punishment a few times and for a few individuals. However, it was revealed that Lana, excuse me, was coerced into the crime and pled guilty. So I think given those circumstances, she probably got off with escaping capital punishment. Do you see the GBA slot? Well, no, that'd be down near her hand. Like, that would be facing her chest. That's where the GBA slot is on the DS and the DS Lite. I think there was no reason the DSi XL, which my brother had for some reason, there's no reason that shouldn't have had a Game Boy Advance slot. Oh, we put too much shit in the DSi, couldn't fit the Game Boy in there. We've made the DSi bigger. Is there room for the Game Boy? Yes. Is it there? No. Emma, I'd like to ask you about what you witnessed.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told us about? I've watched the Ace Attorney anime. I've seen some of it, like highlights and outtakes and shit. Have not seen any full episodes, though, no.
I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. Mr. Edgeworth needs your scientific doohickeys right now, pal, he said.
What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking. The mitigating circumstances? Yeah, I forgot when I had those. Yeah. It was voiced by Erica Lindbeck in the anime. Ah, good for Erica Lindbeck.
So let me guess, there's been a murder, right?
My god, how did you know? Yes, unfortunately, there's a sudden glint in her eye. But I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where did that person go? Can I leave, then? I want to go get the achievements. They're at the front gate. I assume this is another Badger-mobile. Yeah, but it's a different color than the Blue Badger's car. Fucking nothing gets by you, Kay. Yes, this is the retina-searing pink model. What's that off in the distance? Oh. You must be the Blue Badger. Oh, hey, it's the Pink Badger. Badger, get. Oh, okay. Right. Badger. Just what does she see in these silly things? Say tough love on a sash there, and it's handcuffs. Oh, that fucking music. Trucy's only one scene of her being voiced. Wow. They haven't done the Apollo Justice games, have they, for the anime treatment? Don't know if they will, honestly. The first 3 Ace Attorneys are iconic, so fair enough. Don't know about the rest of them. Like, are we really clamoring for a Spirit of Justice anime? I don't think so. It'd be cool to see an Edgeworth anime. That's, you know, you get Kay Faraday in there. A character, God, I want them to bring into the main series. These are clearly, like, offshoot games, but man, I love Kay so much. She's such a fun character. I think this badger has something to say to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you by chance the witness I've been searching for? For God's sakes. Sorry, I don't speak badger dance. Fucking music. There's a cutscene of her being voiced. Oh, is there? Huh. I forgot Spirit of Justice had full-on voiced cutscenes. Yeah, you're right, now that you mention it. Same with the other 3DS one, Dual Destinies. Oh, for fuck's sakes. God damn it. Who voices this bitch? Hey, remember when I said Maya's the best Ace Attorney girl? Take it back, we've got her. We got her. Oh dear. Ahem.
Arrgh, I can't take being inside that stuffy head anymore. Yawn!
No! Why her? Why here? Why now? I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. Yeah, the movie studio. My old bag. Why not, dude? Itchy poo! I missed what he said. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and cause me great grief.
Why couldn't you understand? I was trying to tell you. I mean, really. I was trying so hard to keep the kid's dream alive by staying in character. But you couldn't pick up on what I was trying to convey to you. I'm sick and tired of runabout way of talking.
I keep expecting her to start going fast.
Runabout way of talking, so I'm just gonna be direct.
I had a bad feeling before, but this just made it official. Today has gone beyond the typical not my day into the realm of waking nightmare.
So you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth's too, Miss Pink Badger. You could say that, but right now I'm just the Pink Badger, dearie.
That's the most polite she's ever been to someone not named Edgeworth. I bet Gumshoe will have a word or two. I think he's the only other one who knows Old Bag in this situation. She may look the part, but I know better than to trust my eyes around this woman. I'm with Edgy on this, yeah.
My name is Wendy Oldbag.
You gonna tell us your age finally? Nope, I ain't gonna show up yet.
But you can call me Wendy or Granny, whatever suits your fancy.
Nice to meet you, Miss Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday.
Ha! What do I care about a young whippersnapper like you?
Yeesh, I was just trying to be polite. So she's probably in here now. No, really? Weren't you a security guard at one of the Gatewater hotels last time we met? Oh God, she was. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. She was in the space costume with the ray gun. That's so stupid.
I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do, unlike the youth of today. I get called in all the time to fill in when there aren't enough hands. But enough about me, Edgy Poo. I'm thoroughly dejected right now. I finally get the chance to see you again. Here you are talking with two young girls.
Well, one of them is like 17, so slow down. Admittedly, the other one is 18, but also, I'm clearly gay for my boyfriend Phoenix Wright, so slow down entirely.
Men are all the same. Doesn't matter how old they get to continue to form with young girls. First year they happen to you notice me, and we're gonna break marriage 18-year-old.
Jesus Christ. You seem to attract all sorts of interesting people, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, okay, no, they do have it.
Men are all the same. Doesn't matter how old they get to continue to shamelessly flirt with young girls. The other day, it happened with my Yoon, who I finally got to notice me. He went and got into an arranged marriage with an 18-year-old. I don't see what he sees in her. As they say, the persimmons take 3 years to ripen. That girl, okay. All right, I think the less said about Jung, the better. Anastasia Munoz. I'm probably butchering that. I apologize. Voiced Old Bag. Good for them. You're really good at getting on people's nerves, Old Bag. True. Okay, please, I'm begging you, by all means, do not provoke her any further. I love that Edgeworth is this somewhat, like, largely unflappable guy. But then Old Bag shows up and he's like, oh, god damn it. What they should have done for, what is it? The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles has had an Old Bag character to bother, Baron Von Zykes. That's a reference for those that have played Great Ace Attorney, including Nathan, who I look over at the avatars, isn't here! Shout out to Nathan, once again, not being here. Clocked in just enough time to make it seem like he was here, then peaced out. Honestly, I hope she isn't the witness, but I don't think fate is going to be so kind today. Where is he? Oh, he's ignoring me. We broke up, obviously. Had a fight over who got to keep the cat. He played part of Great Ace Attorney. It's clearly a game that was broken into two to sell more copies. It should have been one. He skipped WarioWare and now this? Yeah, true. Watch him skip Spider-Man as well. One of his suggestions. Unbelievable. I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that? So it's true. She's the witness.
I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the Old Bag.
Yes, it was just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder!
You mean to say you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes?
Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me.
Why is this a showdown? Like, what? Why am I gonna throw evidence in her face to argue with her? Surely I should just take the statement.
I came to the stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot. The person who shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you.
I mean, damn.
It's like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say. Unfortunately.
What's that unfortunately you tacked on at the end supposed to mean, Edgy Poo? Well, anyway, let's see what we can find out from the little old lady.
What Old Bag witnessed. Yeah, I mean, there's no contradiction here. Hold on, let me refamiliarize myself with some of the evidence. This guy was shot, right? Bullet entered his abdomen and exited through his shoulder. Well, okay, like, clearly that's an odd angle for a gun, but he was shot. Probably have her elaborate on that a little bit, but, you know. Hold it! Do all the pressing first. You mean you took a break from being the Pink Badger? Yeah, it's probably allowed, Edgeworth.
You may not think it, but it's hard work keeping kids' dreams alive. You smell of sweat, your hip creaks with pain, you even begin to dream about work. That's the kind of story that would scar a child for life, you know?
Yeah, dream about work? God, I'd rather die, actually.
Well, that's why I chose to come take my break here, whippersnapper.
Miss Clavier? We haven't met him yet. What do you mean?
I don't plan on playing the part of Dead Badger in front of a bunch of kids.
It's fair. So, what did you see while you, the Pink Badger, were resting?
Oh, yes, that. Well,
Resting, I happened to glance over and saw two men facing each other in that...
Hold it!
Oh, for you? You saw two men. Could you describe them for me? I will say Clavier is definitely one of the most fun prosecutors because he's not an asshole, which is a nice change of pace.
looked like your average Joe's, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over.
Any details about, like, the color of their hair, their height, race, even?
I'm telling you, they were so boring, I don't remember much beyond that.
Thanks. But do you have any special feature? Did they have any special features? Anything you could recall would be very helpful.
Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of those two men.
Hey, she's right. You do seem pretty worked up over them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm not worked up over anyone, and I'm not jealous.
It's all right, Edgy Poo. Those two are just foals compared to a stallion like you. She's talking about his dick. I thought so little of them that I lost interest the instant I laid eyes on them. Case 3 is dumb. A lot of Ace Attorney games suffer from Case 3 syndrome, where the third case is the weakest. Fortunately, I think the next game, that's not true. Edgeworth 2. It was certainly true in the second game and the first game. Well, yeah. Third case. Third game, the third case was... Oh, that was the El Tigre one. El Tigre is fun. The plot of that one's stupid, but it's fun. It's stupid in a fun way. Don't really remember the third cases in any of the other games. Ignore all you want. She's about as reliable as a fart during diarrhea. Yeah, she's not known for giving reliable testimony, is she? Person who shot fell to the ground. You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place.
Absolutely, that gun made a terrible racket when it was fired.
You didn't try and go help the person that got shot?
I'm only one person, you smart alecky brat. What could I have done? As soon as I took off, I took off as soon as I could find someone who could help.
I mean, she is also, like, 80, probably, so... Unknown. Unknown age. It's just question marks next to her. There you go. So, you know. She's old, alright? I don't think she's gonna stop a murderer with a gun. You ever see Gary's case with a gangbanger's granddaughter? I mean, he's like an old Yakuza guy, and he's in exactly one case, and you never speak to him. I don't know why that's what you remember. The Furio Tigre, yeah, fair enough, but... I don't know why you remember that guy. Cadaverini or whatever. 2 men, 1 bullet. It's all consistent with what we found out from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to go on in your testimony. Well, you know where the murder took place.
Well, if I saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how do you expect to remember anything without something to jog my memory?
Self-centered, aren't we? Oh, it was somewhat useful. Testimony also presents us with a new problem. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? Is Edgeworth British? No, but I like to give him that voice. A bit of a haughty accent. It's about this new problem. What is that giant grin on your face for? The granddaughter of the gang and gangbanger were a big part of the case. Furio Tigre was a big part, and the granddaughter, who was like the girl he was dating, Viola, were a big part. The fact that Bruno, that was his name. The fact Bruno was barely, he was just like mentioned as he happened to be her grandfather. You never meet the guy. The granddaughter, fair enough. Do you want me to show you something really nice? No, thank you. You know what? Pass. I've had a day. Pass. Gangbanger? Yeah, he's referring to the Cadaverinis, the crime family. In Leighton vs. Wright, he has a British accent. Is Edgeworth in Leighton vs. Wright? I played that, and I don't remember Edgeworth being in that. I played that recently, too. I played it while I was in Japan. Huh. Perhaps the very end? Yes, the localization. He's an American raised by Germans. In the Japanese games, he's a Japanese man raised by Americans. Clover's moving, so I'm gonna bet it has something to do with that.
Don't be so mean. I swear it's something you're gonna like.
What is that gadget you're holding? That's a fucking Nokia phone, Edgeworth. Like, get with the times. What do you mean?
What you see before you is a secret weapon of a great thief.
It's a cell phone. I should have known it would be worthless.
Don't be like that. Ahem.
What do you think now? What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air.
I'm going to input the necessary information to run the simulation now. Once I'm done, I'll increase the size of the projection to its maximum size. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of real modern-day Robin Hood.
I forgot, this is this game's gimmick. It can recreate crime scenes. And no one questions the, like, authenticity or honesty of K in these situations. Danganronpa might be in Dead by Daylight in November. What, you play as Monokuma as the killer? Never want to move again? I mean, statistically, you'll probably have to. But hopefully it'll be a while. What is this?
It's a recreation of the murder based on the info I inputted into Little Thief.
Everyone lies in these games? No. What? Not the heroes. They would never lie. Only the villains lie. Little Thief? I dare say, I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a bit too far.
Little Thief is actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I used it like this. Let's see, Miss Oldbag said two men were facing each other, and then a gunshot rang out and the victim fell to the ground.
Felt like fucking Peter Griffin. Ah, so with this we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past. No, obviously, but, you know, for the sake of the game, yes. November 25th is the 15-year anniversary of Danganronpa 1. Whew! I remember when that anime came out. Never know how much stuff you really have until you have to move it or put it in boxes. True.
See, so what do you think?
I have to say, I'm impressed by the technology thieves have access to nowadays.
Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Yatagarasu.
You know, they never explain how she got this thing, I don't think. Indeed.
Oh, but if there isn't enough information or something's out of place, your creation could come out a little strange.
In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of the witness's testimony.
You got it. You really catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth.
Never moving with 2-day turnovers again. Ah, well, there you go. You gonna suggest Desperate Housewives? I kind of want to... I've looked into what Desperate Housewives game is like. I kind of want to play it legit. It sounds batshit. You pay good money to hunt a bunch of dumb bozos as Monokuma? Fair enough, as long as they got his voice actor back. Or hers. I don't actually know who voices Monokuma. I guess it's his voice, but I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Right now, this simulation is a recreation of that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. He's also one of the only voice-acted characters in the entire series. And if I find anything illogical or strange, I can then ask for clarification.
Feel free to examine everything in the simulation the way you always do. You can present evidence when you find a contradiction. When you find something, I've got Little Thief with me, so you just let me know, okay?
Well, he was shot in an angle. That's the most obvious one. Viewer's choice for Desperate Housewives? No, I got plenty of games I want to play beyond that. Listen, I also want to play that with as little context as possible. Like, I looked up a bit of it. It was batshit, and I stopped looking into it because I want to be surprised by it. According to testimony, the witness fell to the ground here.
That's right, but
if that's the case, we already found our first contradiction.
Huh? What? Where?
If this is the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. Which piece of evidence shows the missing item? I mean, the missing item? Is it the blood? I wouldn't call that an item. But, like, the contradiction is that he was shot in the abdomen and it came out in his shoulder. So, he was clearly shot at an angle. Unless they're suggesting the pendant, but, like, that was on his neck. Why would that be? Whatever. I'm gonna say this. It's Agumon from Digimon. That's crazy. I don't know much about Digimon. Digimon might be a fun game to get me to play. I only watched a little bit of the show, and I played a little bit of, like, Cyber Sleuth when it came out. Kind of fell off it. It was like, whatever. Like, it was a fine game. It was too much backtracking.
Take that!
There we go. This is the contradiction. Something wrong with my recreation? Yeah, the angle. If this is the real scene of the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how did we deduce the other crime scene was not the real one? Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either, right? Again, I wouldn't call blood an item. It's more a detail. Right, the fact that there's no blood here casts doubt on the witness testimony. Oh, well, I mean, in real life, I guess. He's saying there's no blood. That's fair. That's fair. It's like, why would it be in the simulation? Who gives a shit? Currently driving to new place from old place for last time. Nice. Be sure to flip off the building as you drive by. Like Kaida does anytime we have to pass her office. Out on the roads. Monokuma was voiced by who sadly passed away in 2024 at the age of 90. Wow. 90. That means they were doing Monokuma in their 80s. Good lord. That's impressive. Shout out to you, Nibuyo Oyama. I hope I'm saying that right. Oh, speaking of voice actors, chat, the American voice actor for, God, James, Meowth, Professor Oak, and Gary Oak died today from throat cancer. Rest in peace. American Professor Oak. Damn shame. He was 70 and had throat cancer, but still, yeah. Iconic voice actor of our childhoods, at least in America. I think at least a certain part in other parts of the world, because he was in, like, the video games as Oak. Classic Pokemon Snap. Welcome back. The fact that I read that.
Edgy Poo, how can you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw. I saw a victim get shot down.
You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edgeworth.
You were close.
Exactly. To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there's another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Why isn't there blood? Oh, I forgot about my logic. I should look at that. Victim... Was the victim in a costume? Why is there no blood? Well, if he was in a costume... Oh, right, the footprints made it suggest he was in a costume. Ah, there you go. Is it not possible the victim was wearing a costume?
So you really think Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers?
I think we can reasonably assume there's a very good chance that he was. Could have just said yes. And if he was shot while inside the stolen costume, then Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground. Precisely. Now, if we can only prove the victim was wearing a costume, it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints. But the problem is finding them since there doesn't seem to be any around. Oh my god! Emma Sky! Someone said their husband, dying at age 78, had their life tragically cut short because he had multiple family members live to their 90s. I mean, sort of depends how they died, right? Don't get me wrong, 78's, getting up there in age and all, but if he was hit by a car, then yeah, his life was tragically cut short, wasn't it? Just saying. Footprints. I wonder how we can go about finding some of those. Yeah, gee, I wonder. Heart disease. Well. I'll do it. I'll agree it was probably tragically cut short, but, Number one, what does she think, what does this person writing into work think we're gonna do about it? And two, don't get me wrong. Tragically cut short, sure. Based on the evidence that multiple family members lived to their 90s, less sure. Less, yeah, of course. She might be an attention whore, especially for Edgeworth. Has she lied to Edgeworth before, though? I feel like she's always been fairly honest with Edgeworth because she's so smitten.
This is amazing. Just feel the power of science.
Emma, about the method you were talking about earlier for finding footprints.
Ah, finally my expert knowledge in forensics is needed.
Yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints?
Leave it to me. My cutting-edge detection kit can find anything.
Very well. If you could please analyze the footprints in this area.
Okay, stand back now. Witness the power of science at work.
Excuse me. She always show up with a gadget. In the first game it was Luminol. Ahem.
Hey, I found something. Look right here.
I don't see anything.
Oh, that's right. Here, put on these special glasses, Mr. Edgeworth.
They're so fashionable and pink. These footprints were here definitely left by a badger costume.
Judging why the prints are there, those seem to be the newest.
Then we can conclude the victim was definitely wearing a costume at the time. He was wearing one due to the footprint shape and the lack of blood. Okay, in that case I'll update Little Thief simulation parameters. Can't wait to see what we find from this new info. Miles, the prosecutor, she appears, she lies multiple times on the stand. Oh, that's true. She wants her whole thing... That's a stupid looking image. She wants her testimony to be, like, more important than it actually is, so she made some things up. So, the victim was wearing a costume when he died.
And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right?
I see the recreation has changed in accordance with the new information. Maybe closer, but something else has caught my attention.
What do you want?
Your testimony, naturally. I'd hear it one more time, if you please.
I came to this stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a terrifying experience, let me tell you.
Alright then.
So, does this mean Miss Oldbag's testimony has a contradiction in it?
Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation.
See, I just knew Little Thief would be of help. Now let's see if we can pull more info from Miss Oldbag and put into the recreation.
For that, we must first find the contradiction in her testimony. Press everything. Tell me about your break. Actually, this is very familiar. Hardworking Dreams Alive. Yeah, we read all this before. Dead Badger. Lance Irwin saw two men facing each other in that area.
Hold it!
Do I now present that they were in a costume? She's like, no special features, can't remember anything. And I'm like, you dumb bitch, they were in a costume. What do you mean? Victim's costume. Yeah, I would assume this is what I...
Objection!
Yeah. He was in a costume. What do you... Two men? How did you know the gender of the people involved? It's 2025, old bag. You're canceled, bitch. Take her away, boys. God, I wish. Seeing as how the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Ah! Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. Ah! I'm beginning to doubt if you really witnessed the murder at all.
But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own eyes. From a seat in the second tier.
The second tier? Hey, didn't you say it was right in front of you earlier?
I was using the phrase in the metaphorical sense.
I see our witness to there's a screw loose in the metaphorical sense.
The cushy seats in the second tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs, which is exactly why I go there now and again to take a nap.
Oh, for fuck's sake, old bag. Come on! There's a difference between a quick break from the mascot gig and taking a nap at VIP seating. I can't see how you would have gotten a good look from there. It's so high up. Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there?
Well, I know I saw two people. I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage's shadow.
Then we got the killing the victim the old bag saw in the stage's shadow. Often lies exaggerates a lot, yeah.
My eyesight just isn't what it used to be, you know. Not like when I was young, people...
Yeah, okay. Read this in a second.
Not like when I was young. People used to call me Eagle Eye Wendy back then. I could spot a good man from 100 paces away as I walked down the street just like that. Of course, they also noticed me in a flash and tried to make their move, but I'm not that easy. I was a careful girl with a judgmental eye. I never let a good man slip me by. You bet I didn't. If you could have seen...
Let's return to the investigation, shall we, Kay?
You got it.
Okay, well, now they're not in shadow, are they? Persona 4... Oh, God. I remember playing Persona 4 on the PS2. Bank to moving. Oh, back. Ah, I was hoping you were going to the bank. Making some paper. Take a look at this stage. Looks like they broke the stage down. Oh, is that actually what I needed? Guess me, they're done for the day. Oh, maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to start its run tomorrow. Who'd I romance before? Chie, if you can believe it. The yappy one with short hair. I know, crazy, right? The one who reminds me of my wife? Wild. Now, granted, I didn't know Kaida when I first played Persona 4. I just have a type, okay? I just have a type. So... She's a tomboy? Yeah, I know! I know! I'm painfully aware, thank you. Stage is packed up, shadow of the stage. That's probably important, shadow and all. If that woman's testimony is to be believed, the murder occurred before the stage was broken down.
Do you want me to put that info into the little thief?
It's extremely obvious. Shut up! Yes, if you please.
Okay.
You know, I detect an issue, Kay. But what could it be? What could it be? There is clearly a contradiction here. Nothing gets by you, Kay. Please stop stealing my lines. Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to see it coming even for a layman like me. I suppose. In any case, it's not possible for a killer to have stood here in that way. Because there was a very real stage shut up in this spot at the time. Wow, I like that Clover said, I'm going to move. Quickly, like, flew back to her phone to be like, hey, bitch, it's clear who you simp for. Anyway, bye. I'm leaving now for real. Like, thanks. Appreciate it. You broad.
Eesh, I told you I got it. Did you feel the need to explain everything?
Yes, well, in any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation.
Isn't it obvious? The killer was on top of the stage, naturally. Right, Miss Oldbag? Yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage. See, now let me update the info in the simulation.
Well... entered his shoulder, left his abdomen. That's about right. If that is what happened, I might have... Was it entered the shoulder, then the abdomen, or was it the abdomen, then the shoulder? Best gaming tomboy? Oh, it's Lang. Heather Mason from Silent Hill 3. pretty great. Iconic. I have mixed feelings about the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm hoping the Silent Hill 1 remake is good. That game actually needs a remake, unlike 2. 3 and 4, I think, could also use remakes. 3, the story's just kind of whatever. Heather's great, but the rest of the game is like whatever. And 4 has the opposite problem. The story's great. Everything else in 4 is dog shit. So, remake that one, please. Give us a better main character who has a personality. Get rid of the fucking breakable weapons and limited inventory, although I kind of get why they did the limited inventory, but at least tweak it. You have like a good game on your hands there. Well, 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 what have we here? Bunch of hooligans running amok, I see. Agent Lang, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scenes. Agent Lang, we discovered the real scene of the murder is here, the stadium. I see. Thanks. For what? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that? No thief is not a toy. You too. Sir! Wow. Damn. And there you have it. You see, big boys like me don't need silly little toys, little girl. I mean, that's great and all. She had like the bodies and everything though. Now this is a recreation. So what, do you still intend to assert that Officer Meekins is the killer? Of course! Even knowing the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook. God, Meekins was this prime suspect. Meekins, a prime suspect. This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. That's the truth your little recreation showed. Well, not quite, but... How far will you go to accuse Officer Meekins of this crime? He's the most likely suspect we got, especially given the situation with his gun. Well, even if he is the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark. So actually, what was the... Bullet entered his abdomen and exited through his shoulder. Yeah, that's not what we... Okay. Well, I see a flaw in our recreation, guys. Just saying. You see? Thank you for understanding, my little crow girl. I'm not some common crow. I'm the Yatagasu, the Raven of Legend, banned in Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments at time of writing. Unfortunately, your conclusion has yet to be tested, so let's see how well it holds up. The first ever banned Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, Yatagarasu. They limited a bunch of cards before they really didn't want a ban list, but then Yatagarasu showed up and they're like, we have to ban this. And once he was banned, whoo! Bunch of bans came. It looks like a Yakuza character. He could be a Yakuza character. I see it. This is the real crime scene.
Hold it!
I'll do the pressing even though I know where the contradiction is. Looks like we found the real crime scene first. Ha! Brag all you want, but we don't have all that free time, unlike the two of you. Heh, you know what you remind me of? A dog licking his wounds after he whimpers home. Well, I guess I should be thankful for all the time you saved me. Zai, zai. That's how we say thanks in my country. You're welcome. I hope he realizes we didn't do all this for him. But I'm here now, so I'll be taking over. As I was saying, this is where the crime took place. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage.
Hold it!
Lying in wait? How did Meekins even know the victim was going to come here?
Simple. He was investigating the kidnappers, right? And while he was doing so, he came to understand the victim, Mr. Deacon's movements. Really? Your argument is Meekins is so good at his job that he was able to predict the movements of Mr. Deacon.
Objection!
Ha! And why would the good officer want to ambush and kill a kidnapper?
Knuckle back!
You mean his motive? Who knows and who cares? Damn. rock-solid argument. You can find that out for yourself when you talk to him in jail. That he makes a point. That is sort of the process. You have no respect for the order of law. Well, I mean, you don't need a motive to arrest a guy, Edgeworth. If he is the most likely suspect, they're not gonna go, damn, we have to let him go. We don't know why he did it. That's just not how that works. Don't get me wrong. I need more than there's no motive to don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, but I need more than there's no motive to convince me otherwise. Yeah, he's not wrong about that. He's right, the lack of motive is a rather weak argument by itself. Exactly. So the officer lay in wait on top of the stage. Finally showed he shot him from on high.
Hold it!
That's just incorrect, but okay. You agree with how our recreation turned out? Like I said, I'm grateful you were able to save me some time. Alright, but we still don't know why he chose to wait on top of the stage. Who cares? Maybe he wanted to become the Blue Badger. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me. Who's to say he didn't see the stage and decide to put on a Badger stage show of his own? Or maybe there's a completely different reason. What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that Officer Meekins stood up on that stage and shot the victim on the ground below. They're driving home the whole, mashed A too many times. Really driving her trying to match his sneer with like the cocked eyebrow and the crossed arms. That's great. I love that. Shot him from on high. Okay.
Objection!
A lot of mileage out of this autopsy report, or crime scene photo, or whatever it is. I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I'm not that sorry, but, I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly, after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said the victim was shot by the killer from above, correct? And I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible.
Huh? Why not?
Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located.
Actually, I didn't get that good of a look.
Yeah, the 17-year-old girl not in the habit of observing corpses that closely, Oh, well then. The bullet! I think that might be the first time they've done that. Recall, if you will, the details. I didn't really get a good look. Oh, well then I'll tell you. Ahem. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon in his abdominal, it's a word I've always had trouble saying, region, and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angle shot from beneath the victim. Gah!
Then,
Yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above.
a clear contradiction.
You're discounting your own conclusions! No, this one point is the only flaw. This was the mistaken parameter of our recreation. That could have been the stage location, I guess, but that seems unlikely. The witness location's wholly irrelevant. Yes, the locations of the killer and the victim were wrong. Ah, I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we had initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer. There you go. You'd have to be a little closer for, like, hip, shoulder. That angle's more like chest, shoulder, like stomach, shoulder. Ahem. If this is what happened, it also explains positioning of the gunshot wounds. I don't think the fact that he would need to be closer for the perfect angle is really that big of a detail, though.
But then, what about the footprints?
Since footprints don't lie, we can assume the killer also wore a costume. Okay, I'll use that data instead. There's badger on badger violence. Judging by the fact that both killer and victim are wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Lang? Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. How old's Lang again? 27, okay. So he's got some miles under his belt, at least. But that alone doesn't clear off some Meekins of the crime. Another bit of proof. I ask you take another good look at the tire marks over there. 3 marks are indicative of the blue Badger mobile. Or the pink one. It's right there. That story Meekins told about the shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. Oh, this guy's back? Yeah. He drove the Badgermobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. I think he doesn't like Meekins. Well, we can't fault him for that, okay? You believe he moved the body with the car. That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us the way he did. I think the reason Meekins and Emma are in this game is because, strictly speaking, the most recent thing to come out for Phoenix Wright were the DS re-releases. And if you'll recall, because originally they were all on Game Boy Advance, but also only in Japan. The DS re-release, the first Phoenix Wright, I think might have been a launch title on the DS. It added the case Rise from the Ashes, where we met Meekins and Emma for the very first time. They then just straight ported the second and third game, didn't add anything to them other than touchscreen controls. But because that was technically the most recent release thing, like new, was the Rise from the Ashes with those characters, they brought them back for the next game, this one. Then this one didn't sell very well. They canned the Edgeworth sequel until very recently in the US. And then in Apollo Justice, I think Meekins and Emma are back again. Because, again, DS characters. But I don't think we've seen Meekins since, and I think Emma's in Spirit of Justice. I don't know about Dual Destinies. 3 tire tread marks are very telling. However, is the blue Badgermobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? No. Like, no. Do I have the evidence for that, or am I gonna have to press some shit? I mean, there is the blue Badgermobile. But, oh, maybe... Do any of these feature a Badgermobile? Note her unique bow. She's the girl one. Excuse me, the girl one. No, none of these really are oh, wait, there is a pink Badger. There's a couple pink Badgermobiles on this map. That would be crazy if this is what I have to present to be like, aha, see? Oh, well, actually, hey, you know what? You know what's a better indicator? This, maybe not here, but, can I see, like, the photo blown up? There's a parking space with the pink Badger there. There's more than one Badgermobile. Anyway.
Hold it!
The tire marks. Whoops. Yes, the tire marks. The one beneath the stage. More behind, but I read that wrong. They were hidden up until now by various pieces of stage equipment. As for when they were made, they must have been made after the rain had begun to fall, correct? Yeah, and probably around the same time as when the killer's footprints were made. The tires of the blue Badgermobile probably got pretty muddy because of that. I'd say the blue Badgermobile because, well, it's pretty obvious too. Marks are digging in the blue Badgermobile.
Hold it!
3 tire marks. I have to agree that the blue Badgermobile has 3 tires. Of course! The only thing in this park that can make those marks is roving shop.
Objection!
Are you forgetting there are in fact 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink and the proto Badgermobiles, Agent Lang.
Not so fast!
Of course, I didn't say it couldn't be either of those other 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this just to complicate these things. Didn't you say it could only be that one?
Hold it!
Of course, you have some kind of proof it was all just a lie then, correct? Of course not! Well, that was a bit blunt. But suppose it is a lie. It would explain a lot of things. That doesn't hold up. Like his movements and his whereabouts. Drove the Badgermobile here and committed the murder.
Hold it!
So you still claim tire marks belong to the blue Badgermobile. It must have arrived on the scene after the ground had become wet with rain. Would there be mud on the tires then? Officer Meekins committed the murder. He used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild West area.
Hold it!
Besides the blue Badgermobile, there are other ways the body could have been...
Not so fast!
Recall what the Wild West area looked like. Only the blue Badgermobile and Mr. Deacon's body were in the garage. I'd say that's proof. I suppose if we were to look into that place, it would be the only logical conclusion. However, my experience tells me the truth is usually not so easily found. Is there some sort of problem with Lang's statement regarding the scene?
It's like the only thing the car was selling was death, not dreams.
Okay, shut up. That was not cool. No, I mean, they acknowledge that there's other, mobiles. So can I... Mobile shop on 3 wheels. Okay, so... This does show a distinct lack of mud. I wish there was a statement where he talked about the mud specifically. Because, like... There would be mud on the tires, right? Is the idea if it was muddy enough that it's leaving tracks, it'd be all caked in mud. There'd be mud all over the place. Shop on wheels and soul is a lie. I mean, it's got to be like this statement or this one, right? I drove it here and committed murder. Used the car to move the body. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Objection!
Nope. Try the other one. My logic's so badly in need of repair, I might as well throw it out too. Oh no. Classic, I have the right answer, but the game doesn't, like, want to listen to me.
Objection!
There it is. Yep, it was. I knew it was one of those statements. Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekins' blue Badgermobile. If the tires have mud on them in the garage, they probably have dirt marks on the road as well. Yeah, exactly. One look at the car would have told you so. Also, it means he couldn't have driven it from here to the Wild West area, but let's not worry about that. What proves Blue Badgermobile had never been to the stadium? Tires, right?
Take that!
Take a good look at the tires. Not a single drop of mud can be found. Yeah, exactly. If this car had come backstage area and left those tire tracks, also had driven here from the stadium, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as very peculiar indeed. And how do you explain the tire tracks, genius?
Hey, I've got it. What about Miss Oldbag's picked Badgermobile? Don't be ridiculous. I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats.
Indeed, I believe we rule her out as someone related to the crime. However, there is yet one more roving store, as I recall.
Oh, you mean the Proto-Badger?
That's right, there was one more parking space inside the garage. And it proves the existence of the Proto-Badgermobile. Agent Lang, I suggest you find this Proto-Badgermobile post-haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence in it.
Hey, did you hear something?
Hell! Who the fuck are you? Your tiny feet. What are you doing? Oh, this guy's a fucking... Look at this Fauntleroy. Oh, the pain of it all. Help me. Are you alright? Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Wild West with kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in. Ran away using underground. Got lost. Who dis snobbish fucker? I love that you're talking like Joey Wheeler. The kidnappers. What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say. The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but one was a woman. No, woman. Quite important piece of testimony. What are you guys doing? Stop standing there and go get your cops on this already. Sick glasses, bro. The synchronized takeoff with, what is her name, Sheena? Yeah, sure, Sheena. I'll let you guys have what the kids said just now. Consider it a gift. Now are you gonna get out of my crime scene or am I have to get rough? Again?
You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go.
Oh, no. Not you. You're a very important witness to my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily.
Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you.
Also, she's not a witness. She just, had the footprint thing.
That's right. I won't either. You hear me, you young whippersnapper?
Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each of you. I'm not gonna rough either of you up. I give you my word. Come now, fan maidens. What do you say? Will you cooperate? Yeah, that's gonna work on...
Fair maiden. My, you little rascal. You sure know your way into a woman's heart.
Wang Zi says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever.
Huh. Trying to outdo my edgy boo with your fancy smashy sayings. Let's get this over with. So we're clear, I'm only interested in giving you my statement.
Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, he's in charge of... You doubt he has any jurisdiction to be bossing people around? He was put in charge of this crime. I don't know why or to what end, but he was. So. I think I scrolled down one when I was saving. Cat! Can I go, get my achievements now? For God's sakes, game. Looks like we got the boot again. With Lance safe, the focus of the investigation will shift solely onto the murder. You mean the infighting between the kidnappers? Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy. Is this Ernesto, I believe? Tell me it's true! Tell me they've really found my boy! Yes, Mr. Romano, we found him earlier in the stadium. Then, my little Lance is unhurt? He's not exactly a picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. Did he simply show up? I mean... Hermano, the guy who was just on screen. This dude is like a, yeah, he's a big multinational benefactor, entrepreneur, businessman type. And his son was kidnapped, so he forgot about him and his giant earlobes, exactly, yeah. He's a big, international tycoon sort of fellow. So, if you can believe it. I think Interpol suspects he's, smuggling or some shit, so they assigned, this guy to investigate. And his son was kidnapped, so, hey, since the Interpol guy's sniffing around anyway, might as well help out. Not exactly... He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang. Poor Lance. It must have been so horrible for him. Locked up like a... Can I go get my... Can I at least look at the cat? Ha! I've got you now, vile criminals! I think the kidnappers would have better sense to try and hide in these things. Oh, come on, lighten up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think criminals would be hiding in here right in front of two officers. I certainly hope not. Oh, that cat's there. Criminals, a lot of them. Yes, I can leave. Oh, nice. Okay, so there's an achievement for talking to these two. And if we go far enough over here... Oh my god, who's that over there? Why, that could be anyone worth an achievement. Right over here! A familiar face. Yes. He's hidden. At no point do you need to go over here. But if you do, you get to see Miles. Literally right over there. I could just wave hi at them real quick. Hello, hello, Phoenix Wright. I'm working a case. You might want to get Maya out of here. You know how she is. They say the couples across this bridge together will find happiness. Oh, so the Gay Wonderland pamphlet says.
You'd think that they'd already be happy because they're able to come together.
Logistics aside, I wonder who came up with this tale and when. The bridge doesn't look old enough to be the stuff of legends. Well, some things are better left uninvestigated. Don't you think? Ignorance is bliss. You son of a bitch. You! This is somehow your fault! I'll get you right! Ah! Good times, good times. Anyway, there's also an achievement for these two. Oh, this is my favorite guy. The guy in the precinct who's always looking up dumb shit on the internet. This man looks suspiciously like the precinct. Look at the lovely smile on the badger's face.
Ah, it's looking at me! Make it stop! It's scary!
It's alright, dear. You want to know something? I was the one who created the blue badger. See, look at his eyes. Don't they look just like Daddy's?
It's scary! It's scary because they look like yours, Daddy!
His eyes must be terrifying. Look at those fucking eyes on the blue badger. That's awful. Well, that was rather depressing. I think I better leave the two of them alone. Oh, delightful. Well, that was depressing as all get out. Guess I'd better go. Delightful. Interpol can't show up and claim superiority. Yeah, well, it's made up Phoenix Wright land. 10-gallon hat saloon. Sorry, I'm still laughing about that. That was great. That was great. The only character I love more than the chief is his daughter who hates him. Ahem. Miles, my boy. I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say I'm relieved that Lance is all right. Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. A letter? What's this letter? Ah, the way Lance is being chased after by women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe you received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself. Is this a breach of confidentiality? This looks like a murder note. What do you mean? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We were just talking about this guy. It's a very simple love letter. My dear Lance Amano, may I come see you again? Your beloved Viola. Tender Lender Loan Company. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yo, I didn't know they were back. The fucking Tender Lenders. That's, Furie Tigro and Viola Cadaverini. She's gonna fucking murder him. Like, uh-oh. She is going to destroy him. Completely. That is also just how Viola talked. And, like, goddamn, the writing is terrifying. Oh, hey, let me see. That's really weird. It's a loan company. Tender Lender. Looks like a collection bill to me. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do you have to say about this? What's your name? Pops? Right. He's got a ring pop on.
He loves me not. He loves me not. Ah, that's the 12th one. You can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try.
Excuse me, but I can't help being sorry for all the flowers you've gone through.
I suppose if they were me.
What? I believe you said you're Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct?
Yes, I am, but oh, it's not like we both think of each other as lovers.
What? wasn't thanking anybody yet. The case ain't over until kidnappers are still at large. Kid is still in danger. Well, if he's in Interpol custody, I think he's fine, Ark. Besides, they were after the ransom money, right? $1 million. And that's mysteriously gone missing, so... maybe they took the money and ran. They said, nah, screw this kid. Get him out of here. That looks like it was made by a psychotic weirdo. Yeah, that's Viola.
But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either.
That's a ring pop.
I mean, because this isn't just any ordinary ring.
Yeah, it's a ring pop.
It tastes so sweet when you lick it. Ah, it's so wonderful.
You mean to tell me he gave you a lollipop ring? Maybe that was how much the loan was? Oh, maybe. Tendril ever given out millions of dollars of loan? That's crazy. I guess they did give out a couple $100,000, right, to that guy in the one case. And then he won the lottery and was like, hey, I'm great, I'm debt-free because I can just pay you as soon as the lottery money comes in. So which is it? Have you guys not decided if you're going out, or is it just one-sided? Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know?
My father used to work for Mr. Amano, and so Lance and I grew up together. I said it out loud.
I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. Also, Edgeworth, won't both parties just know? No. No. You're gonna wanna address if you're going out with the person or not. Crazy fuck stacking law enforcement and herd of speculation. Well, hey, listen, Arg, when you put it that way. You have to be direct, are we dating or not? Yeah, you have to be direct with a lot of people. It's not just something you can assume. That should be her first thought. Exactly. So your father was employee of the Amano Group. What did he do?
I heard his job was to fly around the world.
On Pegasus. Okay, what the fuck does that mean? Pegasus?
Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane.
Oh.
The airplane belonged to the company.
Alright, that's fine, then.
You had me there for a second. But now, it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore.
Oh, I see.
About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned.
Ah, went to get milk, huh? Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff legends are made of.
It's been so long, I don't think I'd recognize him if I were to ever meet him again.
I'm so sorry, Lauren.
But I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren, live!
I kind of like voicing her. She's so melodramatic. About this incident.
Incident? Isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incidents.
How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped?
That's because of my woman's intuition.
You base everything on that? Hey, listen. I would be dead in a ditch if it wasn't for my wife's intuition, alright?
I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It must be destiny.
She started fantasizing again. There's an actual, in real life airline company called Pegasus Airlines. Do you believe it's Turkish? Huh. Not buying that. Yeah, fair.
So what are you going to do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Already established there's a good chance the kiddo is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two. Excuse me. The kidnapper's hideout, surely. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout. We're still not allowed in, remember? Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there's no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in. You're quitting life? Say in game. What do you have to report? Sir! Nothing unusual out of the ordinary, sir! No. Say in game, Clover. Just don't just say in game. It's 2 words, in game. No, I'm going to choose to read that as in-game. Atta girl. So what's gone wrong now? Or are you just, tired? Have I heard such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside? Sir! Roger, sir. Too much stuff and none of it's organized. Well, you just moved. It's not going to be organized. As far as too much stuff, you'll find a place for it. Sister's the worst? Oh, no. What happened? Fine apartment? No, she is moving into an apartment. That's sort of this whole saga. That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Lang order you not to allow me in? Why would you say that, Edgeworth? Sir, that's true, sir, but Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir. I couldn't refuse a request from him. Wow, looks like Gumshoe has a following. Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir. What's this? Colin Devore, male, right-handed, 5'8". Shout to his weight, 123.45. Whereabouts unknown after his escape from Penitent, for fuck's sakes, prison. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. Back in the family again. Also would just be my mom. Dad's dead. Oh no! Just like every Ace Attorney character.
The name here says Colin Devore.
That's the same name as on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Devore was his real name. What's this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison.
What? What was he doing here?
Apparently he broke out of jail and just vanished. Must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact he was an escaped felon. He just didn't change his face at all, didn't even bother to shave, and he just also had an anagram. It's all the letters, Oliver Deacon, Colin Devore. You get it. What if that's her dad? Oh, 10 years ago? Yeah, maybe. Soul daughter? Penitent? Is that a word on penitentiary or something? Yeah, almost certainly. I would say like 99% chance, 100%. Ahem. Envoy dossier data jotted down in my organizer. I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Or now I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and this current case? The police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine, let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer. It was locked up until a little while ago, but since then the door's been wide open, sir. Not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain in a bit more detail? Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help break down the door, sir. I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. His sloppy seconds. Why is Twitch telling me my latest VOD is ready for me? It's my account! Of course my VOD... I'm making a stream now, Twitch! There wasn't like a skip in the stream, was there? No? March 13th, Kidnapper's Hideout. So that's where the kidnappers planned their foul deed. I like that they had coffee.
While you were tied up for a while in the next room next door.
Okay, please, must you bring that up again? Now then, down to business. There might be some clues left in this room. Let's try and find out what we can of the other kidnappers' identities. Criminal Butler's past caught up with him, and the kidnapping was a smoke up everyone else's ass to cover it. Given he actually kidnapped a guy, I don't think that's, like, blowing smoke up anyone's ass at that point. Oh, I thought... When he said it was detailed and I should read it, I thought there was going to be more than one page, you know? Can't make evil plans without coffee? True. Sorry. Yep, there's the adjoining room. Beyond this door is where the kidnappers held you after getting the jump on you. Must you keep reminding me? It's the room where I got to see your awesome face. You need to remind me of that mortifying moment either. Rest I expect everything here. Coffee! Oh. 3 cups. I like that one of the kidnappers was like, all right, now that our kidnapping is done, let me pour some coffee for everyone. Cheap styrofoam cups. Looks like only 3 cups were used. Folding chairs, and by the looks of them, they were probably used by the kidnappers. There are 3 chairs sit around this table. Boy, are we getting the impression that there were 3 kidnappers, maybe? I wonder what this key is to. You got me. Might be the key we found in the other room. It's got a label. You want to read it? That's it. It must be the key for one of those trapdoors. That wasn't a trapdoor. You only call it one because you quite literally jumped into it. Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one? I am not having this conversation with you. Nothing unusual about the photo rally banner? Really? The map? Yes. A poster of Gatewater Land is stuck on the wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige. Gatewater Land has it all, and it's waiting for you. Not especially catchy, is it? No. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, I'm inclined to agree. So is it really going to be 3 cups and 3 folding chairs? What if, like, one of them is like me and just has long legs? So he puts his feet up, his ass in one chair, feet on another chair, and then just double fists coffee. Bam, bam, Mocha Joe's. Bam, bam. Just an idea. The common denominator between the cups and the folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3. Wait, I thought there were only 2 kidnappers. Indeed, something isn't adding up, literally. Is it possible a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see? Highly possible. This must be where they dispose of old, worn-out costumes. That's so sad. It would seem they throw costumes away in pieces. There's trash bin for old useless costumes. Ooh, they have barrels like these just outside. Yes, and... well, I know I already asked you when we were out there, but... these are real. What would you put in them? There's an expectant gleam in her eye that I'm about to dash. Unused folding chairs leaning against the wall in their folded state. Wow, whoever lined these up did it perfectly. They're not a single hair off. I feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away. It's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away. Got her. Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a broken mirror. Probably came from the haunted house. Why is this here? I plan to repair it. Anything else before the trapdoor? I don't think so. Okay. The trapdoor, then. Or, you know, the basement entrance. Hey, there's trapdoor in this room, too. It's not a trapdoor. It's an entrance to an underground passage. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Mr. Edgeworth, that does sound an awful lot like a trapdoor. I'm just saying. I know that. The door leading to the outside world was locked, so Lance must have escaped his prison through here. That's it? No further. Do I have any other logic? Nope, costume pieces. I assume I looked at all this. Yeah, I already checked. Anyway, really shouldn't be texting during the stream, but whatever. What else? Oh, now I can do this. A sign advertising the photo rally, something I have absolutely no interest in. Yeah, but I do, and I'm gonna get my hands on the rest of the Badger family. You'll see. Definitely brings a decidedly different atmosphere to a criminal investigation. Fair. Trapdoor implies there's a trap involved. Don't see anything trappy about this door. I guess. Trapdoor is right in the name there. Trap, but, you know. Like, if someone were to call this a trapdoor or come into this room and go, hey, look at that trapdoor, I would know immediately what they were referring to. I wouldn't be like, what do you mean this over here? I would know they meant this. So trapdoor isn't like wildly out of pocket or anything. This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. Ah, okay. Something examined over here. All right, let's see. We have a broken sword, a broken handle, the barrels that I've already looked at. And, this ladder. The panel that hid the entrance to the underground is propped up and wide open. Be careful of where you step, Kay. I fell into the other opening once, you know. Looks like a sword. A broken sword. Strange. Why would it be broken like this? Swords don't usually break on their own. Nothing gets by you. That's true. Alright, then let's think about it this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it on or for something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more about this later. The doorknob handle thingy is looking pretty beat up. I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force. Yeah, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent. But how is that possible after what the officer told us? Yeah! If the lock had been in use when the door was busted down, the lock itself should be completely wrecked. So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be? The sword was probably jammed in, right? Like a barricade? Or a stoppered? Going inside, broken sword. That would be my guess. Yep. It's a bit strange, at least to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock, and anyone can see it was not in use at the time. But the policeman outside said it took 10 men to get it open. A door that was locked tight, despite it being not locked at all. It can only be because of this. Oh, you mean... Yes, it was used to jam the door. Yeah, take a look at the door handle. Do you see how the handle... We get it. You don't need to explain this. So that's how the sword broke. I thought we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered. Holy shit, I hate that thing. There's always followers only mode. Yeah, it stops bots from coming in here. Gotta follow if you want to chat. Because otherwise I get bots coming in just to promote websites to buy more followers or subscribers or whatever. It's purely a deterrent. It's not much of one. Bots are pretty sophisticated at this point. They can just follow and spam anyway. But it does slow at least a few of them down. Ah! What is it? Well, well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct? What are you doing suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that? This is an underground passage used by staff members. Is this the butler who, like, the weird vibes butler who keeps showing up and refers to everyone as Sir from the Gatewater Hotel? Because that would be funny. That would be very funny if that was the butler. Why do you even have that? Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, do you mean the park? I assume it's a maintenance tunnel, right? We Badgers also make use of it on our duties. Look, why don't you get out of there first and then we'll talk, okay?
I do beg your pardon, miss.
Proto Badger, get! Alright, only one more to go. What are you getting all excited about? Did you forget the photo rally? Duh! See, look, now all I have to do is get a picture of the Bad Badger, and I'm done. Ah, yes, I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort.
What? It's gone! But where did it go?
What happened? What's wrong?
A Bad Badger costume is missing, sir!
Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnapper stole it.
I heard about how they were stolen, but they said only 3 costumes had been taken.
What? You're saying more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, tell me a little bit more about the costumes you use. Am I really gonna interrogate this guy? This dude is horrifying. I hate the Proto Badger and his soulless dumb eyes. What do you mean by a Bad Badger costume is missing?
Why, just what I said, sir. We are 1 badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand at all times.
That's not a lot. Okay, so because one of them is walking around the park, Demon Sea Monkey? Yeah, exactly. The other should be in that room.
Actually, both of them should be in that room.
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, we don't use the Bad Badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during certain events at set time each day.
This is horrifying. Like, there's Blue Badger defending the girl, Pink Badger, and then there's Proto Badger just looming in the distance. And then there's Bad Badger who's got a fucking gun.
It's the stage show where Bad Badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other badgers work together to apprehend him, sir.
I'm speechless that such a show exists. One possibility is the maintenance crew uses tunnels to move stuff around the park during days when visitors are about in the park? Yeah, that's, I think, the assumption.
Well, sir, I'm trying to explain to you the only time we use that costume.
And doesn't it make it near impossible to take a picture of the Bad Badger?
Personally, I can't believe it's this close to showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I to do, sir?
All this basically means is the kidnappers stole 4 costumes in total. Then, are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers? No, I don't think that's very likely. Oh? Recall the costumes for a minute. The stolen ones, you mean? What proves the 4th kidnapper does not exist? The leftover pink one, right? Surely?
Take that!
If you had 4 people and you wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal the Pink Badger costume instead? Yeah, that makes sense. And yet the kidnappers decided to steal another Bad Badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 Bad Badger costumes. The question is, why? That is a good question. This guy's a freak. I'm also, again, gonna assume he's the bellboy from the hotel in the first 2 games. He talks the same way and has a weird vibe. Do I have logic? Unaccounted for Bad Badger. Costume pieces. Perhaps. The 2nd Bad Badger costume. I believe it may be closer at hand than we think. What do you mean? That costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say it's wearing some very telltale pants? Hey, you're right. Let's get out and take a look. It's got like a belly warmer, right? As I expected, it's a Bad Badger costume. Well, minus the head. So no head! That won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. The dick! Wonder why this Bad Badger costume's right hand is torn up like that. Well, I mean, the gun's probably sewn into the hand, right? And it just, you know... the gun was probably removed. I know I immediately said I'm not going to do texting anymore, but, you know, somewhat important.
Maybe it's just a flesh wound from a fight with a blue badger. I always knew the blue badger was one ferocious beast.
I somehow doubt even real badgers are as bloodthirsty as that, Kay.
Look, its hand is hurt.
Looks more like something was ripped off it. Yeah, probably the gun, right? That's the only thing to investigate. Oh, this up here. Unused folding chairs leaning against the wall in their folded state. Ones over by the table probably came from this stack. Well, there are 3 folding chairs over on this side. I can't say they were arranged as nicely as the siblings to the right. Think so? I think they're just fine. Like a bunch of used chairs ought to be. I'm beginning to think you might keep a most chaotic room.
Hey, don't slander and sigh at me all in one shot.
I love that he has, like, things to say about the fucking chairs in this moment. Anyway. Surely the missing head connects to the head, right? Like, I literally have
Eureka!
a head. This contradicts facts. Not a contradiction, more so, like, maybe, oh. My apologies. Yep. There's definitely something off about the costume. Okay, I think, envision the truth in my head. Yeah, I assume I have to... If I deduce on the hands... this, right? Because he's missing the gun. Is it homemade?
Eureka!
Yeah, there it is. I believe what we have here is an inconsistency. Ahem. Sorry.
Huh? Between what?
Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in his right hand that he should be. Oh, the gun. Precisely. This bad badger was assigned to always hold a gun in his right hand. However, you there! Did you remove the gun from this bad badger's right hand?
No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to the costume.
He's also standing like the bellhop, too. He's got like his arm out like this. Like, prepped and ready, like he's holding the, Go away. Stupid update. Like he's holding the tea towel or whatever he had. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct?
Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show.
Seems like kidnappers also had a need for the model gun, my dear costumed friend. Ah, maybe he wasn't shot at all. Maybe he was firing blanks. I think we're about done with this room. So, what's next? We found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. Certain person. They mean Lance? 343. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! You gotta hurry, sir. Come on. What is it, Detective Gumshoe? They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir. What?
Isn't that what one of the kidnappers is wearing?
Bingo. That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now. If we hurry, you might still be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir. Alright, let's make haste to the main gate. This is a long case. This game is somewhat infamous in the community for being... Case 3 and 5 are very, very long. And, like, pretty meandering, unfortunately. Because, like, there's no reason this case needs to be this long. And, like, there's no reason Kay and Lang shouldn't have been introduced already. This is the case that introduces them, but, like, Come on, every other game gets it right and introduces them in the second case. Not this one, though. First case. Or third case. Dragging its feet. Where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe? Just on the other side of the fountain, sir. It's right there. What do you... Where is it? Oh, there it is. I guess some things do get by you, asshole. Was it out here in the open all along? No, it was discovered in the tall grass back there. Moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly. I'm just gonna go ahead and point out there are wings on that necklace. Just probably goes with the horse, and that would make a Pegasus, which was the name of the airplane. Anyway, let's get down to it. I hate that this thing is looking at me. Really weird if they used a real gun instead of a prop one. Well, he had to make sure. Given the gun is used in costume hand, there's some wiggle room for this out. He did have to ask, Art. Just gotta make sure. I hate your stupid face. This headpiece must be the Blue Badger officer Meekins cross paths with. Oh, the nerve of someone throwing a Blue Badger away like this. I worked so hard to create this character, it's like my baby. You did make it! How can someone do this, sir? How? Detective, how about channeling your anger towards finding the culprits? Good idea. Oh, wait until I get my hands on. So, who are they, Mr. Ridgeworth? Try to figure it out for yourself for a change. Yeah, the chief made it based on a design Gant drew when he was murdering Jake Marshall, I think? Or was it Neil Marshall? One of the Marshalls. Fucking Joe Dark was there, a pot through the air. Gant saw it and was like, I drew that for some reason. Emma drew it. That was what she saw. Emma drew the vase in the air. Gave it to Gant. Gant showed, like, the chief of police. That created a design for the Blue Badger. And I think Gumshoe maybe, like, made the styrofoam wiggling thing with the flags and everything. What do we have here? Oh, it's another pendant. That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, that pretty baby's made of platinum silver, too. Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible these two? Gonna guess Lang. Hold it right there. Is he? Is Lance handcuffed? Maybe get those off him. Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you? A pendant. This is a very decisive piece of evidence. How can you tell? Look here and read off what you see. Lauren... Hey! It's a name that's engraved on this. Lauren D. Her name is Lauren Pops. That would be Lauren P. But then his name is Oliver Deacon, right? So... Or no, it's Colin Devore. Well, it's still a D, isn't it? Aha! We have you now, Miss Kidnapper. No, you don't understand. Lolly, I can't, but I love these two. They're so fucking melodramatic and soap opera-y. I love these two. Lolly, I can't believe you are one of my kidnappers. Lance. Meanwhile, Edgeworth is just... You're kidding. Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers? Yes. It was me. I held Lance hostage. So, Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over. Wrap it up. I love that. Hey guys, case closed. Get the car ready, I mean the special one for this young lady.
Hold it!
Ah, the hoopty-rig. Again, Mr. Prosecutor, what is it this time? Are you proposing Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect. We found it. Found what? That officer's gun.
He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of grass. Your country's police are a sham. Look at how careless they are. Well, hey, listen. Harsh, but he's not wrong. He is not wrong. Who are you calling a sham? Want to see something silly? Sure, Penguin. The officer's gun didn't show signs of having been fired, so it can't be the murder weapon. So Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges, I say. And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? What is that Pepe, but just like ridiculously buff and sliding? Strawberry 2 buff frog. Well, it's a buff frog. Might not be Pepe, but yes.
Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon?
Yes, I killed him.
I can't believe it.
Thanks for confession.
Objection!
Agent Lang, it's much too early to declare this case to be closed. Look at you, so sure of yourself. We got the culprit's own confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for? Miss Lauren Pops?
Yes?
I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side of all that happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder. But why? I'm a kidnapper and the killer. Isn't that enough? It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if it's the truth. I don't think it's fine if she's the one behind everything, Edgeworth. Wouldn't say that out loud. Seems suspicious he's randomly confessing stuff. Yeah, you're not wrong. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't? I've had a change of heart. I think I enjoy seeing you sulk away as the losing mud. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear all about the evil deeds you committed today. She's totally not the person who did it. Strong possibility. The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. We knew we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. This voice doesn't really suit her, but I'm so in love with the idea that this is one big dumb soap opera. I'm giving them the over-the-top voices. Mr. Amano would pay anything to get his son back, after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me. There, you satisfied? She just confessed to her crimes a second time. At least you have the guts to admit what you've done, and I can at least respect that much. Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth? Yes, it is. If that's the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth. Because there is something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession.
Sorry, I'm enjoying my slushie. Getting to the point where I should put some rum in that bad boy. She might be involved, not ruling that out yet, but this is suspicious that she's randomly confessing. Oh, I think she's involved, but... Yeah, I think, especially if we're going on the theory that Colin Devore is her father, seems kind of weird that he would try and kill her, you know? The kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon.
Hold it!
How well did you know the victim? I've spoken with him only a few times at Lance's house. A few times, that's it? Yes. If they only met a few times, I don't see how they could have trusted each other.
But you've hardly ever talked, then how can he trust you not to steal his plan?
Not so fast!
That's completely irrelevant. He was playing to betray her from the very beginning. Which is why he chose someone he wasn't especially close to. Isn't that right, Sheena?
I don't think she's spoken this whole time.
Yes. However, Mr. Deacon made a very poor choice. In the end, he was killed by the one he intended to betray himself.
Ha! They didn't see that one coming. Probably not.
get rich by holding Lance hostage.
Hold it!
You knew? How did you know something like that? Ah! Oh no! What should I do? Okay, what's wrong with her now? How old is she? Hold on. 19. Okay, you speak teenage girl. What's wrong with her now? Come on, isn't it obvious? You're making your scary face again. That's why. Let's try asking her in a nicer, more gentle way. No! Stop it, Lord! You're always like this. You always fall for the stern-looking one. That's why you always be unhappy. Or maybe that's it. Maybe she's bewitched by your icy glare. Mind your own business, Kay. Now then, Miss Pops, let's continue with your testimony. Oh, yes, of course. He's mostly grumpy. In fairness, look what he has to deal with.
Hold it!
Why did you believe that? Anyone who knows Mr. Amano would think the same. But Lance is that old man's greatest treasure. I suppose he would be a doting father like Mr. Amano. Would be to a doting father. I always figured that that was it too. And I always was envious of Lance for it. Oh, because your dad's... I got this pendant from my father. Okay, so he's absolutely your dad. And I believe that as long as I have this, I'll find my father again someday. He'll welcome me into his arms, riding on the back of Pegasus. That pendant, she must... It's so... This case gets a lot of shit. Now that I'm, like, doing it in soap opera voice, I kind of love this case. This is so fucking stupid. She must truly believe it to be the wings of a Pegasus. Things going according to plan. As soon as we got the money...
Hold it!
Would you mind telling us a little about the plan itself? Well, first we captured Lance. How'd you do that? Well, Mr. Deacon did that on his own, so I don't quite know. Bah! Here, I thought you knew how to steal people away. I shudder to think what you would have done with such a knowledge. Sorry, I really don't know, but somehow Mr. Deacon was able to contain him. All we had to do after that was wait for the ransom to be paid, but... Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me.
Hold it!
Most of my colleagues were foods or whack jobs. I'd be grumpy too. Yeah, again. The most competent person he knows is a guy whose last name is Butts, alright? He's not exactly brimming with, you know, quality people in his life. In terms of, you know, ability. In terms of character, plenty of quality people. Why do you think he did? I have no idea. Maybe he planned on doing so from the very beginning. Miss Pops, why do you sound like a 40-year-old debutante? Wait, Mr. Deacon planned to kill Miss Pops from the beginning? Was that ever really likely to happen? What should I do? Raise an objection? Yes, let's raise an objection. Sorry, but I don't think what you just claimed is all that likely. Huh? I don't think Mr. Deacon would have ever been capable of killing you. But why? We were total strangers. It's not uncommon for people to kill each other over money. I mean, it is, but if people are killing each other, money's not that uncommon of a motive, so. Miss Pops, you really are clueless, aren't you? What do you mean? You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do. Wow, he's really just going for the daughter angle immediately. And I can show you with this piece of evidence. This proves Miss Deacon would not have been able to bring himself to kill Miss Pops. Probably the horse, right? It's gotta be that or the dossier. It's one or the other. Most likely the horse?
Take that!
Yeah, okay. Why are you showing this to me? So what about the pendant? This horse pendant, along with this piece of evidence, shows who you really are. There it is.
Take that!
These two pendants resemble each other, wouldn't you agree? Hey, you're right. They're the same color, and they're even made of the same material. Also, a horse with wings is a thing.
I believe that these two pendants are actually one. What? Shall we give it a try? Oh, wow, look at that. Wow, it's totally Pegasus. But why? Why does my pendant match up with Mr. Deacon's? You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be. What? No, this can't be. Why does she keep threatening to cut her hair? Like, what the hell's that about? He partnered and planned kidnapping with a total stranger. Well, it sounds like he planned it. She just kind of agreed for the money. Money is one of the more common reasons. Money is one of the more common reasons for backstabbing in such cases. Yeah. It's usually money or like jealous lover or something like that. So the two make a set. Heh, it's just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything. You lack imagination, Agent Lang. Very well, I'll show you with this evidence. This is the piece of evidence that gives meaning to the Pegasus pendant. This? Maybe? What does this say? I mean, I guess maybe it was around his neck, but I'm not sure that's super relevant. It's gotta be the dossier, right?
Take that!
Yeah. Oliver Deacon was an alias for this man. The power of jewelry, exactly. His real name was Colin Devore, the name that is etched into the horse pendant. What? An alias? I suppose he had to hide the fact he was a felon somehow in order to live. And it makes sense given what is written in Mr. Devore's dossier. But what I really wanted to point out was this. This specific sentence is what reveals the true meaning behind these pendants. Fuck's sakes. You can't just assume I've come this far, I know what I'm doing. I have to point out soul daughter right here.
Take that!
Mr. Devore had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Pops. That's a lie. That person was not my father. He couldn't come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. He wasn't hiding in a very good spot. He was the butler of your boyfriend, / childhood friend. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. It was not a very good secret. Do you still believe a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot?
Not so fast!
Ha 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 ha! And what's so funny, Agent Lang? You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's the truth, aren't you? Yes, actually. Kind of my whole gimmick. What do you try? You're actually, if you look out across the bridge behind you at the man in the blue, way better at it than I am. What are you trying to say? Your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I've thought of another possibility. Is that so? Well, let's hear it. Okay. I'll grant you the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the reunited pair became involved in the House of Amano, and the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kid. Wouldn't you say my scenario is perfectly probable as well? Without further scrutiny, yeah, actually that does sound kind of probable. So this is his version of how things might have been. You don't have any proof that they didn't know their true relationship, right? And you're saying the two of them committed the kidnapping together? That's right! As one really rotten family. Is that really what happened? I better take a long, hard look at the evidence. Evidence they didn't know each other than the dossier, which admittedly is old, right? So. My badge, of course! It's not gonna be anything with the badger shit, so only relevant evidence starts here. The lack of blood around the kill those were removed. Murder site.
costumed when they did it? Maybe? Costume. The love letter from the Tender Lender Company. It's definitely just a loan collection thing. I mean, the dossier says, despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up, but Lang makes it sound like he's saying, well, the dossier is wrong, because, you know, who knows how old this could be. Isn't Amano's employer supposed to be a famous rich fuck, a patron friend of several law enforcement agents? Where are chances one of them would recognize the dude? Yeah, that's a good point. Like, Amano has connections, surely, potentially to criminals, but also surely to, like, law enforcement as well, because, you know, Interpol's working with him, and even fucking Edgeworth is like, he was my benefactor in Germany. So, at no point did a law enforcement agent go, hey, that guy looks exactly like Colin Devore. He didn't even shave his mustache. Didn't know each other. I don't know what it would be other than the dossier. Nothing else really. Maybe. Well, I can't get a good look at that. Oh, wait. This gives me a look, right? Yeah. I can't really. Yeah, nothing about this screams I knew it was my daughter. The dossier says they don't, but yeah, whatever. Alright, let's just press.
Hold it!
Maybe something will come up. Precisely! And what father would ever willingly kill his own daughter? Have you met Manfred von Karma? I'm just saying.
Not so fast!
I've seen a lot of things in my travels, and I can tell you being related by blood is sometimes proof of nothing. Like, do you remember Morgan Le Fay by you weren't there for that, actually, but still. Like, the point stands.
Hold it!
You think they knew? Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend they didn't. Because he was on the lam. Got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, so she knew, but she had to be quiet about it.
Hold it!
Interesting theory. One is a butler, and the other is a friend of the son, you mean? They probably thought that was their best shot. Didn't she say she'd known him since she was a child? I don't think this kidnapping was 19 years in the making, with a brief interruption where he got arrested and escaped from prison. Is that what you honestly believe? Of course! Two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping.
Hold it!
You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives? Can you think of a better partner? They certainly had a clever pair. The butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family. Yeah, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles well. Again, I don't think this is a 20-year-in-the-making kidnapping. He has a point. Both in game and IRL, being blood relative or having parent sibling is not always worth shit. True. Yeah, don't get me wrong. One would hope that the dad would never kill his daughter. He cares about her too much. The sad reality is that's not a good excuse. That does not absolve you, unfortunately. Hell, the first murder biblically was a blood relative. You still don't like Lang? No, Lang doesn't really get a bit of redemption until the next game. He has a cool moment here and there coming up, but it isn't until Edgeworth 2 that he really gets some redemption and you understand more about him. Another oversight. Edgeworth 1 is just such a poorly paced game.
Hold it!
I believe I'm being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence. Am I? Because I don't see you presenting any evidence to the contrary. Without evidence, we're stuck in a stalemate. This scenario is certainly a probable one. Hurry up and do something, or Lauren's gonna wind up looking really bad. She already looks pretty bad. First things first, is Lang's logic actually correct? Was the crime committed by the two of them? We're looking to prove there was a third one. Possible they knew that fact, no coincidence. Two of them, there it is.
What do I have to suggest it was 3 of them? The costumes? Yeah, 3 costumes. Well, they stole 4, actually. That should be updated. He's not a jerk later on. Well, the final case of this game, he has a bit of redemption where he sort of comes around. But they don't actually give him, like, justification or reason for being a jerk until the next game. So... And he's also barely in the next game. This game's a mess when it comes to the writing. It took 2 cases to introduce Kay and Lang, both of whom are extremely important. The next case is a flashback to Miles's youth, so Kay and Lang are barely in it. They just have cameos, really. And then the 5th case just goes on forever. I'm not exaggerating when I say I think the 5th case is like 6 hours long. It's obnoxiously long. So this game is very poorly written, unfortunately, in terms of pacing. The story is fine, whatever, but the pacing is awful. The next game is much better, and they fix a lot of the mistakes. However, the issue that arises is that Lang is barely in it, so Lang is a really wasted character, unfortunately. Let's see. His costume. Yeah, I guess the costumes would be what I would
Objection!
Yeah, the missing costumes. Ahem. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone. And what kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers. 3! 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs which were used in the hideout. Obviously, that had to be 3 people. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who? Who is this mastermind? I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping. Officer Meekins! I can think of no one else. Right, I just had to have a little fun there. Ahem. Now then, the actual person. I had plenty of bar, I just wanted to fuck around. I assume it's Lance, right? Like, he mysteriously reappears. Girlfriend, butler. He, like, is in debt to the tender lender. He needs money. Didn't his dad cut him off, he mentioned? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume it was this guy. What do you get for dinner? Oh. Ooh, new place? You just moved in? 1 of 2 options. Get yourself the local Chinese, see how you like it. Get yourself the local pizza, see how you like it. Gotta get something easy, something local, something that delivers no problem. See how you like it and be like, this is the preferred spot. Lang was a bit like the old martial arts dude from Tekken. What's he called? Heihachi? Yeah. Lang does? Oh, he does look a bit like, obviously his hair's not white and he doesn't have the mustache. But yeah, he's got the spiked hair. He looks a bit like Heihachi. I can see it. Anyway.
Take that!
I think it might have been him. Lance Amano! Yes, the abduction was in fact schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see flashback? Didn't see their faces, but 2. One was a woman. However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said. But I know I only saw 2 people. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them. Ah, yes, about when you were being held hostage. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you? Gotta give them the most pompous voices. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed. Still are. What the fuck's up with that, guys? I don't believe him either way. You know, like, at least in America, every handcuff key opens up every set of handcuffs. That way you can't lose it. And if, like, a prisoner needs to be transferred, you don't need to keep track of the keys and give them to the new guys. Or, you know, like, if the guy's on the run and escapes and is recaptured, they don't need to, like, we gotta get his handcuff keys. They can just grab the handcuff keys. Literally every set of handcuffs uses the same key. My hands were cuffed. It was a stroke of luck they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from the room as fast as I could. Through the underground passageway, I presume. Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't want to recall the horrible ordeal, but... If you're blindfolded, how'd you see there were two of them? He said he didn't see. I assume he heard one of their voices. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. Don't want leftover pizza or Chinese in the fridge. True, that's fair. What's a local we just moved in sort of dish? Couldn't you, like, get a small pizza, eat some of it, and then, like, bring the rest in for lunch tomorrow? Have yourself a nice meal before hitting the road for the beach? Probably too much Chinese if you do that, but a single small pizza you can probably get away with. Microwave pizza is worse than no pizza. True, I like a cold pizza. I get not everyone does. I can eat that shit right out of the fridge. When you've recognized his girlfriend's voice. But Penguin, what if he's the other kidnapper? Then he's having to make this bullshit up on the fly. Hate cold pizza? Well. Got nothing for you then. Got nothing for you then. But you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. Ah! How can you not? Why do you look at me with your icy daggers in your eyes? Because he's a prosecutor and because they're all like that. I'll have you know, Agent Lang, prosecutors' eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted as cruel at times, then so be it. There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little. Fresh, pan reheated, air fryer reheated. I've never had pan reheated, but air fryer is great. Oven reheated, no pizza, microwave pizza, cold pizza. For me it's fresh, air fryer reheated, cold, a bunch of other options, and then no pizza down at the bottom. Kidnapped yesterday morning.
Hold it!
Can you tell us about when in a little more detail? It was a strange morning. I felt like I was right in the middle of a great calm. And when you were experiencing this calm, our family garden, of course, where else could it have been? Well, excuse me for asking. This child is more than princess than prince. Did this fucking guy really just hit us with a, well, excuse me, princess? Did he really just hit us with, well, excuse me, princess? Fucking Legend of Zelda TV show ass reference. God damn, Capcom. I was out taking a walk to shake off the morning blah. Then out of the blue, someone from behind clamps a hand over my mouth. You didn't see your attacker? They must have used some drug to knock me out. Because before I knew it, I was off in La La Land again. When I woke up, I was in the kidnapper's hideout, already tied up. And we shut in the room blindfolded the entire time.
Hold it!
He must be a Monty Python fan. Well, excuse me, princess? That's Legend of Zelda. Monty Python fan. Are you referring to the Holy Grail and the waifish child who's marrying Princess Buttercup in the Tale of Sir Lancelot? By that room, do you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I don't know that until I made my escape. Yes. Well. No, I think it's a Legend of Zelda reference. The old cartoon very famously has him going, "Well, excuse me, princess." Then, you were in the same room as your kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of their conversation. It was definitely two people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was scared. I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move. Very famous? Yeah, it's a classic meme. I'm just gonna Google the words, "Well, excuse me, princess." Well, excuse... Well, it's literally the first thing comes up after "well, excuse" there. Oh, well, excuse me, princess. Popular quote from the '89 Legend of Zelda cartoon. It's Link's catchphrase imitating Steve Martin's "well, excuse me." While Link doesn't speak in the main Zelda games, his dialogue in the manga and cartoon series, etc., etc. TV tropes. Well, excuse me, princess. Snarky loser hero meets snarky haughty heroine. They either fall in love or they snark. Usually both. Thank you, TV tropes. Well, excuse me, princess, but this will always be the quintessential "well, excuse me, princess, know your meme." GIF, meme, terminal montage, meaning, Star Wars MP3. I rest my case, Your Honor. What's that? I'm right as usual. Thank you, Your Honor. Ron Flex is Your Honor, by the way. He agrees with me. He's too far away from the mic, so you can't hear him, but he agrees with me.
Hold it!
The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into sudden silence. I had been left behind like an unwanted mutt. And what do you mean by unwanted mutt?
What a pointless question. It's not like he's gonna tell you anything new, you know.
It's a poetic simile. No, it's not. You should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside, but it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well. Hands are cuffed, struck a luck that left me alone.
Hold it!
And those cuffs on your wrists, I suppose you're still cuffed in that case. I am well aware of how I am chained to reality. I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid I'm stuck like this. Literally any cop should have a key for it. Even though I escaped from the jail cell, I will now forever be a prisoner. I like that he's got like the finger poking his eye out, like, oh. They buying this?
Hold it!
How did you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked, which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape. Wasn't there a sword jammed in there? I remember our escape to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined. Door leading outside was locked tight. Yeah, it was absolutely not locked tight.
Hold it!
By underground passageway, you mean the one the staff uses to travel unnoticed? I suppose that's what it's for, but it didn't run into any staff members on my way out. And once I was up top, I was busy trying to find a member of the police. And that's when you found us congregated at the stadium, I suppose. Let me ask you then, how did you get a hold of the key to the underground door? That was easy. It was hanging right there on the room wall. A key hanging on the room right beside the table. Boys, that bring back memories of our situation, how we made our escape. Indeed, and although the door and the floor of our room led to an underground room, the door and the floor of the room next door had a secret passageway.
Secret passageway under a theme park. That sounds like so much fun.
I wonder. There's something off about the way Lance made his escape. Certainly is. Door on the outside was locked. Yep, okay.
Objection!
Bullshit! You say the door leading the outside was locked, but was it really? Yeah, he did it. Look at that face. We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right, Sheena?
Yes, that's correct.
Then take a look at this. What's that? A sword? It's not an especially reliable one if it's broken like that. Oh, he talks like Arg. It's like, that's not the point. You're not wrong, but that's not the point. Allow me to start from my end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by this sword, which was used to jam the handle. So the door had to be pulled open then, surely, right? Otherwise, it could have just... Lance, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, why did you just simply remove the sword and escape? Well, why didn't I? I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it. As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. That's why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own.
Not so fast!
You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. And what would that be? A motive. What else? Do you honestly... Didn't you just say motives don't matter? Do you honestly think an uptight or an upright, pure boy like him would hatch a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself? You ordered chicken schnitzel. Interesting. But let us know how it is, I guess. Edge pretty much just confirmed it's used by park staff to move things. Okay, but like, you don't talk like that. Argue 100% talk like that. But also, you don't sound like that, maybe the raspiness. But absolutely, it's like, it's a pretty bad sword if it's broken. Yeah, I guess. Not what we were talking about, though. You're not wrong. Had the bratwurst, it's very good. True. Well, I don't know. I assume what you say is true. I haven't had bratwurst in ages. Why did I say true? But no, the idea that you just did it, Ark. All Kay said was a secret passageway under an amusement park sounds like fun. And you go, he's confirmed it's used by the park staff to move things around and go unnoticed. All she said was it sounded like fun, and I agree, a secret passage under an amusement park sounds like fun. The reality is it's quite boring, but it sounds fun. And then you're like, also, I don't talk like that. While you were talking like that. You literally... Oh, dear. Oh, Arg. Never a dull moment when you're around.
Objection!
You gonna say anything? This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit the crime. It would obviously be his love letter.
Take that!
To put it simply, Lance had a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. In fact, it's a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boy had accumulated quite a debt. We're in full soap opera mode for this. Isn't that right, Lance? Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too. It's not, but whatever. Must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your own old man. Or, you know, get a fucking job. All right, I give up. I abducted myself. Lance! It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town, somewhere no one would know us. I wanted to be well off with that $1 million, but now, that dream is over. Oh, Lance! And are you giving yourself up? Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off. When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. We left him inside the room as Lolly and I made our escape. Sweaty in there, isn't it? We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in the blue badger costume. That would mean the person Officer Meekin saw was Miss Pops. But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless. He tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then Oliver put on a bad badger costume, took the suitcase with the $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her he had a gun. They had no idea that they were related, so I thought it could only end badly. I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I killed my own father. Dun dun dun. God, it just needs the dramatic piano. I kind of love this case. People hate this case. I kind of love it. And it's entirely because of the soap opera bullshit. Oh, it's so good. He even, like, sometimes has wind blowing his hair dramatically. It's great. It's a stupid case, but man, it's hard not to like it, in my opinion. If tender lenders' previous practices or anything go by, there's nothing tender about their lendings. True. Snobby fuckboy is probably hard-pressed for money. Yeah, he clearly owed Viola a bunch of money and staged a kidnapping for it. Lolly, then it really was you. Well, really? Still, this seems pretty definitive, guys. That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with a $1 million in it. But that badger pointed a gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot, the other person crumpled to the ground, and I ran, scared for my life. I think the big picture is finally coming into focus, don't you? Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. So, Miss Pop shot her own dad without knowing who he really was. If what she says is true, are you saying she's lying? Why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve? You'd be surprised how often people lie without realizing it themselves, Kay. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? What I mean is, listen very carefully to a confession once more, and you'll see. Is the gun he gave her the Badger one, and therefore it's kind of a bad gun? It's like a starter pistol? Don't think he would have done much. Well, so it goes, you know. What else is there to go on here? Why would she lie about that?
Hold it!
And siblings must live in your neighbor's apartment. Oh no, can you hear a cat meowing? Calm down and let's slowly talk through this. But, all you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. Leave to us to search out the truth. Can you do that for me? All right, at the stadium. Bad badger pulling a suitcase with $1 million.
Hold it!
That was the ransom money, wasn't it? Yes, that's how I was able to identify Mr. Deacon almost immediately. It was all thanks to what Lance told me. What did he tell you? Well, he called me on my cell phone and told me Mr. Deacon had betrayed us and run off with the ransom money. No, not next door. On the balcony, I see a black cat across the window covered in completely destroyed blinds. Oh. Well, Penn doesn't go for blinds very much. I mean, we don't really have blinds. We have one set of blinds, but they're not plastic. They're wood, so doesn't swat at them entirely. About how he had a gun. That badger pointed the gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. Whoops, meant to press that.
Hold it!
Were you able to clearly see the gun? Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, father, why would you try to shoot me? Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't know. I don't want to believe it myself, but it's true. My father's left arm was raised with a gun in it. Wait a minute. Dominant hand, right. I mean, I guess his other arm was full of money, but it seems like that's the one that should be in the non-dominant hand, while the fucking gun was in the right hand. Well, that's the issue then, isn't it? Pointed straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought. 123 pounds at 5'8"? Oh, well, I mean, not just 123 pounds, Clover. 123.45 pounds at 5'8". And yeah, the man's lanky, I guess. Literally skin and bone. I said lanky. But Clover, how could they have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if they accounted for that? That doesn't make any sense. I also wonder if 5'8" is 67 inches. That might be that would be very funny if 5'8" was 67 inches. Oh, it's 68 inches, I think. Damn. So close, so close. If you're using a Bad Badger costume, wasn't the gun a dud prop? Yeah. It's 68 inches. Yeah, so it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Ugh. Such an opportunity there, Blue. Yeah, not only is it a dud gun, he's holding the gun in his wrong hand if he's, you know, right hand dominant. Miss Pops! 5 feet is 60 inches, correct, yeah. That was how I got there. Please calm down and take a deep breath. And then would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time? Yes, of course. Badger pointed the gun in his left hand at me, aiming to shoot me dead.
Objection!
I'm just gonna... Yeah. I got like 15 minutes here. I'm just gonna press or present the ones that are important. I have a dossier on your father. And according to this, your father was right-handed. Ah, then. The person pointing the gun at you from the top of the stage was not Mr. Deacon.
Not the back!
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course. The Badger has a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun was his left. Isn't that possible it went down like that? Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? Then again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in court to catch it. Enough with the smugness, out with it already. Miss Pops told us earlier. Nice enough to open the windows? True. I think also you were saying that the windows at your old place kind of sucked. Hopefully your new windows are nice. Pulling a suitcase with $1 million in it. According to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pops? Yes, exactly. And I'm sure it was the Bad Badger that had those huge sunglasses on its face. If that's the case, even I can see this is a huge contradiction. Yes, Miss Pops claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. It wasn't the Bad Badger, both hands were not occupied, both are correct. Well, I mean, it was a Bad Badger head, right? But, like, what if it wasn't the body? They talk an awful lot about the head and the sunglasses, so... the body might be different. They're both correct. It's always the absurd one, right? Impossible! That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction. Miss Pop's entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. But what if... oh, I wish I had my sunglasses on my desk. I could put them on just to do the bit. Oh, wait! I'm the Bad Badger. But what if the Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants on his left... excuse me. Wait, what? Are you suggesting the man was naked? What if the Bad Badger was on stage swinging dong, just dangling in the breeze? That sound familiar, Miss Butt? No, you didn't see your father's dick and balls out on stage, in-game, while he was trying to point a gun at you? That didn't happen? Oh heavens. I've gone down the wrong rabbit hole, it would seem. I cannot read the text. The green words through the red filter of the lenses, I cannot read. call it color blindness or just regular blindness. This proves there was in fact a way for the Bad Badger to use both his hands freely. The head, yeah?
Take that!
The costumes have two parts of them, a head and a body. Oh, I get it now. The head Miss Pop saw was probably the real head of the Bad Badger. However, is it not possible the body was that of an entirely different badger? A different badger? Yes, or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. Ah, shit. The body of the Bad Badger. Fuck. What'd he say? Body of the Bad Badger. Well, it wasn't the pink one. She didn't notice that. Your DoorDash driver just messaged you the word bored. Just respond, didn't ask. Given how weird Ace Attorney games can be, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bad Badger went full commando for some reason. He's the one who said not wearing pants, unfortunately. Like, you could have phrased that better there, Edgeworth. Okay, let's see. Lauren was in the blue badger costume. It can't have been the pink badger. We're saying it wasn't this one, so it has to have been Proto, yeah?
Take that!
What the heck is this? It's the Proto Badger. Yes, and it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Pops was wearing the blue badger costume, so we can eliminate that one. And the pink badger is of the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the Proto Badger costume. Miss Pops, who was the one that wore the Proto Badger costume? And then a picture of the host stand. Like, bro, I didn't act, like, check Discord. Did you post it in private or public? Okay, private. There's my stream. Bored. Like, I mean, I guess it's good he's waiting for your food, but again, be like, didn't ask. That would be Lance. Ah. Are you saying what I think you are? Lance Amano donned the Badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon. On top of which, he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while wearing that hideous thing. The stage was set up in the stadium was nothing more than that. A setup. Not gonna dox this man. Fair. And its purpose was to lead Miss Pops into believing she committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Pops and pretending to be the victim. It was all done so that she would pull the trigger. Ha ha ha. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why exactly would I have done all of that? There's but one reason, Lance Amano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon. What? No. That's slander. Take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? I'm left-handed, but what does that have to do with anything? It depends. According to Miss Pops, her attacker held a gun in his left hand. Who is one-handed doesn't prove a thing. And besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Proto Badger's bulletproof. One misfire and he would have found himself dead, right?
Objection!
Of course, logically, if he had been shot, probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well and prepared accordingly. And this should be all the evidence you need. This is how Lance made sure he wouldn't be hit by a bullet. The model gun. We found one half of the Bad Badger costume in the hideout broken. It was not the same one the victim was wearing, plus it was missing something. That something was a model gun the Badger carries, which can fire blanks. What? Miss Pops, where is the gun you use now? I threw it away into the sea. That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was. This is connected to the sea? How are you supposed to respond to that? Be like hungry and send a picture of an empty plate. Hard pressed for money by tender lenders, so not so tender approach. Probably want to pocket all the money for yourself. No, I don't think he was going to pay tender lender back at all. I think he was going to fake his kidnapping and flee. I believe we can safely assume that it was a model gun in question. I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is conjecture. I admit as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say the probability that I am right is very high. Okay, let's pretend you're right and the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. Ha! Knew you were full of it. However, I do believe the murder took place during an earlier time frame. Please, wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance. You saw the victim in the state of being restrained? They're really dragging this out. I came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Deacon securely to the beam in the room next door. After that, the two of us put on our costumes and made our escape. So, wait, isn't that the room I was in? So, Mr. Deacon must have escaped after you two left, right? We thought it'd attract too much attention if we left together, so I left first. I planned to meet up again at the stage in the stadium. But then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone. Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He stole the gun from me at that time. And then the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up at the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pop saw the victim with her own eyes, which means the victim was still alive at the time, wouldn't you agree? Why does that sound wrong to me? Must be something amiss about the account. Let's see what happens when I examine in more detail. Yeah, wasn't tied up in the room next to you me? That was me. Like, that's where I was. When exactly did you arrive back at the hideout? After we had picked up the ransom money. And where were you up until the time you returned? I was scouting the park and making preparations for our escape. I walked around the various areas looking for the best route. Ah, so each of them had their own roles to play. After I was done, I went back to the hideout. After I subdued and restrained the street.
Hold it!
How did Lance look at the time? Well, he looked shocked. He looked a little down. When I saw the sadness in his eyes, Thank you, that's enough for now. What of Mr. Deacon? What was his situation like? Tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the room next door.
Hold it!
You're sure it was Mr. Deacon you saw? Yes, I'm certain of what I saw. Did you go into the other room to check? Lance said it was best if I didn't get too close to him. Lance, he's such a kind soul. Then are you telling me you did not confirm it was Mr. Deacon for yourself? I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a bad badger head on, so I'm absolutely sure. You're certain because you couldn't see his face. That just had to be Mr. Deacon. I saw a badger head. Captured that bad badger head on, so I'm absolutely sure it was Deacon. Do I just present this? Like, the head? Arguably, I'm not in the profile. I was gonna say, arguably, I could just present me. Like...
Objection!
That was me! Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all. Huh? The person you actually saw was this person. Miles Edgeworth! It was me. Huh? The person I saw was you, Mr. Edgeworth? I always thought it would have been odd. Why would the kidnapper abduct me even after I had handed over the ransom? Not as though I saw the face of the kidnapper. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and ran. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. If that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume the victim was already dead at the time. Well, Lance, am I right? That's... You showed Miss Pops a person, namely me, with a bad badger's head on. And then made your costumes escape together, or so you pretended. Huh? What do you mean he pretended? Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape and then doubled back to the hideout. Probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. Deacon was tied up for a while, and she and Kay, or cops would have seen him. Why'd she go back? If he was tied up, how'd he escape, get past all the cops, catch up with Lance, and get killed with a gunshot out in the open without anybody hearing the gunshot? Well, in theory, he would have been in a mascot costume, which would have let him slip past the cops. But other than that, you are correct. And to create his fake prison with a prop sword, he then escaped via passageway.
Knuckle back!
Hold your tongue, boy. Are you older than me? I don't have my age. I think he is older than me, though. Or my age, maybe? I don't know. Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth. Tidal wave? We've heard a lot come out of you, but I've yet to see a shred of evidence. A victim's betrayal, subsequent detainment. All of that could have happened while you were out cold. That's right. You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor. Even if that were the case, Miss Pops would still have seen me tied to the beam. I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. I really have no idea if you were there or not, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, we can't prove a thing. Arr. Who said that? Oh! The rich dad to really... the rich tycoon father to really bring the whole soap opera plot home. Please wait! Mr. Amano. Oh, Miles, my boy. Looks like you're really giving it your all. And Lance, it's not good to cause trouble for others. Dad! Let's see. You're the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry my son has been nothing but trouble. This probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh, do you now? Okay. Is that what I think it is? Well, damn. That would be a bad badger costume with a gun and another gun, waterlogged, and there would appear to be... oh, that might just be water in the neck hole? I thought it might be glass. It's the bad badger costume the victim was wearing, and a gun. I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. It appears they were disposed of in the sea. Is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law? No, there really isn't. There. Now. Agent Lang, please calm down. What the heck is a scrap of paper? This appears to be a letter from the Chief of Police. Please allow Mr. Amano complete freedom to do as he sees fit. It says, well, that's fucking convenient. What, he needed 4 pages for that? What? The Chief of Police? What the? Who does he think he is? The person who wields the highest authority in this area. Ho, ho, ho. There now. Badger looks like Ronflex in this image. How dare you? Ronflex, don't listen to that mean old Clover. You're much more handsome. I'm not a cop from this land, so I'm not bound by the laws of your country. I don't think that's how that works. Now. This wasn't meant to strong-arm you into anything. It's just a request. I'm only asking you to respect the laws of the land. Alright, this hug comes from Clover. She realizes what she said was wrong and stupid, so that's a hug coming from her. You should count yourself lucky. I point out all the wrong, stupid things she says, and she just gets angry at me. When it's about you, she immediately is like, I have to correct myself. I'll take a step back. Would never dare insult Ronflex, the poor thing. Past case or anything, go by his country is a criminal dystopia shithole, and no one should live in it. I think that's kind of a plot point that's brought up in one of the games. They're in what they call the dark age of the law or some bullshit, where like you can't even trust judges. And it's like, wow, this place sucks. Can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand. Doesn't matter who found the evidence, its value remains unchanged. Alright, now let's take a look at this new evidence. Already got the results back. I had special forensics research on the lab that I'm on good terms with conduct the tests. They verified the blood in the costume belonged to Oliver. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they found were yours, Lauren.
Would the fingerprints stay? It was submerged in the ocean.
What? You disappoint me, Miles. I can't believe you. That you would cause my son such stress and heartache. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence. For this, you have no reason left to push my poor boy around.
That's it. The dad's protecting the boy. I see. Depends on how they were imprinted. Ah, fair enough.
Oh, this guy's bored while driving. True. I'll be the judge of that. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. By which I mean that's going to be it for me tonight. That'll do. I'll be taking a bit of a rest. I feel we can find more reasons. You love candy corn? Candy corn's delicious.
But anyway, yeah, that's my time. That's going to be it for me tonight. This case is longer than it needs to be, but honestly, I'm having a lot of fun just doing the voices and being oh so dramatic about it. It's good stuff. When we come back tomorrow, definitely going to finish this. There's no way it has enough going on in it. And then the best case of the game, case number 4. Sorry, 5, but 4 exists, and it's clearly the best one. Love you all. See you later. Toodle pip. Good night, everybody.